we have noticed serious reluctance on the part of clerks of National Assembly to vacate office when the constitutional tenure has reached. Very serious. And we've also noticed lethargy on the part of the Commission to enforce the constitutional provision that anybody who has served for 35 years or has attained the age of 60 should vacate office. Sometimes you are afraid to enforce it. But that's what you should do. You should enforce it. And so you will see people coming to me to say, oh, so-so person extended his tenure by so-so number of months. There was even one that they said stayed almost a year, and they had to get police to lock the office. And then others are saying we must have extension of 5 years. By all means, after all, they have extended for judges and professors of universities. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So that kind of derailed their vision and brought unnecessary politics into the system, because you now have the PASAN, Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria, being divided into two: those who support tenure elongation and those who do not support tenure elongation. And so they make them to fight. Yes. In fact, recently we got intelligence that some people are even going to go to what do they call it, the Brekete radio.
Human rights radio.
Brekete radio. Yeah, there's no, Nigeria has not established human rights radio. If it's going to be established, it will be established by law or by the executive. Nothing like that. We have Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria. We don't have human rights radio. Every media house has a right to propagate issues of human rights. So some said they want to take the leadership of National Assembly, the Speaker, the Senate President, to Brekete radio because they have not done A, B, C, D, E. So I believe that unnecessary politicization of the tenors of your staff due to the action and inaction of the National Assembly Service Commission. Because if you were firm and applied the provisions of the Act to the letter, nobody would dare stay 1 hour longer. I am aware that sometimes you give people letters to go on terminal leave, and you even say they should hand over to you, and they say they ignore you, and you don't do anything about it. You continue as if it doesn't matter. It does matter, because when indiscipline is allowed to creep into the system, it means the system cannot function well. But if you were constantly robbing minds with presiding officers, we will tell you, leave that to us. While we have offices of sergeant at arms, if any member of the Senate or the House of Reps today were to be suspended for one misconduct or the other, by the time he gets to his office, there's a sergeant at arms waiting. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
To ensure that he vacates the National Assembly.
The environment.
And the environment. And he's not allowed to come within the environment until the period of suspension is over, or until the Parliament recalls the person. But in the case of staff, you issue a letter and say proceed on terminal leave. The person will say, I'm not going on any terminal leave, and will even prevent the person that should take over from entering the office and sit down and be signing checks and doing all sorts of things. Hold a meeting and then staying there. And then the person will send message, I'll stay here until the last minute of my work, until the last minute of my annual, working on a daily basis, preventing the person that should take over from taking over. I don't know whether you understand.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying. So how does the Commission respond to that? You respond to it by either keeping quiet or by telling the person to say, don't be angry that we sent you a letter. we are sorry. Continue in your office. Chairman, it's true. You even apologized to the person and said, do we withdraw the letter, or do you want to hold the letter while you go to work? Are some of you aware of what I'm saying?